Today we're talking about why actual cash value flood insurance policies are such a terrible idea for real estate investors. So if you're a real estate investor and you're worried about profits on your property, this video is for you. So let's get started. Before we do, remember to share, subscribe, and like the channel so others can find the same valuable content that you found on this channel. Hi, I'm Chris, the flood insurance guru. More than 12 years ago, I bought a house in a flood zone just like this right here. I was told premiums were gonna be $3,000 when they should have been $300. I was trying to cut costs, looking at actual cash value and all these different things, when I discovered how big of an exposure the actual cash value was actually going to put me at. But that's what we're talking about in this video today. So first of all, we need to understand, hey, what is the difference between replacement cost and actual cash value? Remember, replacement cost is the actual cost to rebuild your property. Let's say it's $200,000 and it's a total loss. Then they say, hey, it's gonna take $200,000 to replace your property, and then that's what you do the policy for. That way, if it's a total loss, you get the money to actually replace it. And by replace it, we mean rebuild it or pay off your mortgage. It depends on the situation sometimes. Each company treats things differently. Now let's talk about actual cash value. Actual cash value is usually after depreciation, all these things have taken out, could potentially be 60, 70% less what you actually get in coverage. So let's say you get a $100,000 policy, because we actually had this happen to a homeowner in Texas. And you have a claim and you have an actual cash value policy. Depending on the age of that house, depending on other factors as well, and you take out actual cash value, you take out what could potentially be a co-insurance clause because you didn't insure for 80% of the replacement cost, then you may only get 30, 40% of what the policy is actually worth. We saw a homeowner where they got a $15,000 check on a $100,000 loss. That could destroy you as a real estate investor. In fact, if you have a mortgage, you may be still paying on that mortgage even if the house has been a total loss. So this is one of the reasons why you want to make sure you're doing replacement costs as a real estate investor and not actual cash value. You want to make sure that you're doing this also so to protect the profits in your wallet, because what if your bank decides to start requiring this? Then you got to go back and you got to take out a different policy, potentially costing yourself hundreds of dollars or more. So you want to make sure you're paying attention as a real estate investor. You know, yeah, oh man, this is one way for me to cut down on expenses and things like this. And it might look good on paper, but it generally can be a terrible idea. So you want to make sure you're maximizing your coverages. You want to make sure you're maximizing your profits, and picking a replacement cost on your flood insurance policy as a real estate investor is just one way to do that. Now, if you're not sure how to figure out replacement costs, then you can click up here in the corner of our video and watch one of our other videos on replacement costs. You can also click in the description of this video and download our guide to flood insurance, where we walk you through step by step on how to pick out a policy. You can also start a quote with us down below, where we'll take a look at that flood insurance on that real estate investment property for you to make sure you're maximizing profits today and 36 months from now. Because we want you to understand, hey, that's great, what's the rate today? What's going to be the rate in 36 months, or how things are going to be changing? And that's why we've also got a flood risk tool in the description of this video to help you understand what the overall risk is on your property. I'm Chris, the flood insurance guru, and I want to say thank you for watching today's video on replacement costs for real estate investors. Remember, share, like, and subscribe to the channel so others can find it as well.